Good morning, good afternoon for part of you. Uh, Today with us we have uh, participants from 15 countries worldwide. I'd like to welcome you on today's webinar called AI-based Cloud applications enabled through international partnership. My name is Marcin Białecki. I'm product manager in the CloudFerro. Today with me, I have Dr. Ursula Benz, the managing director in Urbeto CF, and Galiza Zara Izati, the partner success manager from SkyMap Global. A few words about today's agenda. So I will give you a brief introduction about the CloudFerro and the CREODIAS platform. After that, Galiza will take us through the process of creating basemaps in EOfactory platform using the EOfactory AI-based image super enhancer. And after that, Ursula will tell us what worldwide user can benefit from a partnership between the APAC, Asia Pacific, and MEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa region. In the end, we will take care about the questions. So if you will have any questions during webinar, please put them in the chat and we will answer all of them after the presentation part. To begin with, perhaps a few words on how our trilateral cooperation was established. So the spark of the whole operation comes from the Urbeto. Urbeto CF with great knowledge and experience in the area of EO Cloud ecosystem initiate the cooperation between SkyMap Global and CloudFerro, and also drove the implementation of the EOfactory. As a result, users using the EOfactory platform can benefit tremendously from CloudFerro cloud computing power, along with EO data, and from SkyMap Global vast skills and experience in the area of AI, as SkyMap Global is a leading provider of Earth observation application in the APAC region. Moving forward, a small elaboration on who CloudFerro is and the CREODIAS platform. So we are a Polish technological company which from the very beginning was focused on providing cloud services mainly to European satellite data processing sector. And so based on our experience and achievement, right now we can confidently say that we have become a European leader in this area, because currently we are leading some of the most important Earth observation projects related to European Space Agency, European Commission, and others European governmental and scientific institutions. As you can see on the timeline, we have been focused on satellite data projects and especially on providing data from Copernicus program. So at the beginning, we delivered a platform called EO Cloud. This was a project pilot to the DIAS platforms. Right after that, we implement the hybrid cloud called Climate Data Store for ECMWF. In the 2018, we provide two different DIAS platforms, the CREODIAS, which is currently used, and another project called Wikio. So after a few years, right now in 2023, we are becoming the CDAS, the Copernicus Data Access Services, and this is a part of the Copernicus Data Space Access System. So in a few months, we will become the European hub, which will deliver the Copernicus data around the world. As CloudFerro is a cloud service provider, the foundation of the CREODIAS platform is cloud services, mainly fully integrated with EO repository and catalog. The core of the cloud services are based on the OpenStack, and all of the services, the cloud services, the EO data services are accessible via the API and graphic user interface. So in the computing part of the services, you can choose between different services. So you can choose the virtual machines, you can choose the whole dedicated servers, virtual machines, and for instance, which is connected to today's webinar, if you will have any projects related to the AI, you can always choose the virtual machines with the graphic processor unit. So we are operating only on the NVIDIA cards. Also, which is a core service in the cloud, is the storage, obviously. So we have a few different tiers of the storage. We are providing the HDD, SSD storage, the local NVMe storage, and also most used in these days, object storage. Moving on to the data, as I said from the beginning, we have been focused on the Copernicus data. So as we are becoming official hub of the ESA, we will deliver all of the data which are available from the Sentinels satellites, along with Landsat and other as NVSATs, MODIS, and similar. On the other hand, which is also connected to the Copernicus data, we are providing the Copernicus services like CIMS, the emergency, and the land called CLMS, along with different digital elevation models. So right now, in connection to the free Earth observation data, we are providing over 35 petabytes of immediately available data from the CloudFerro / CREODIAS cloud. In order to expand and have full capabilities in our daily work with data, more than 3 years ago, we decided to become an official reseller of many vendors in the area of very high resolution imaging. So right now we are providing different satellite data sets, different products in, let's say, different options. So the user can subscribe the data, can acquire the specific AOI depending on the project. So as you can see on the right, we are providing satellite data sets, the VHR data sets from the CG satellite. So this is the Jilin, the Chinese constellation. Also the KGS, the Kazakhstan, Kazelsat. The third is the ComSat. And as you can see, we are providing the Airbus and the Planet data. Thank you. And right now, I'm passing the floor to Galiza.
Good morning, good afternoon, since we're all gathering from all over the world. I'm so excited to be here and share with you our knowledge and expertise in our observation application and use cases, and especially the ones that is using cloud technology. And for this webinar, my hope is that everyone here get out of the session feeling inspired and then enlightened about how Earth observation data can be leveraged and utilized for your own causes and projects. So a little bit about me, if we haven't met yet. I'm the partner success manager of SkyMap Global, and I joined the company as a technical expert. So I've got 2 years worth of experience with our own technology, during which I have given demonstrations and trainings to various companies and sectors. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be able to do that here today with everyone here. So before we jump into the demo, let me slide to the next slide first. I'm gonna give you some overview of who we are and our technology and what does that have to do with the demonstrations later. So our company is called SkyMap Global. We're a Earth observation analytics company headquartered in Singapore. We have partners from all over the world, which is how this webinar is brought to you in the first place. And through our joint strength and aligned visions, we are able to provide services to a wide range of sectors from agriculture, infrastructure, urban, forestry, defense and intelligence, mining, environment, down to telecommunication. And in doing that, we have built our own technology called EOfactory, which is a one-stop solution platform that lets you process and take any kind of Earth observation data, drones, imagery, satellite data, and use our built-in machine learning models and turn those data into insights. And I want to highlight that this is a web-based platform, which means all you need to access our platform and use this technology is an internet connection and a web browser. The computing part is done entirely on the cloud, which is what we're about to cover in this webinar and demonstrations. So I'm gonna go straight to what the application is. So I wanna specifically highlight the application of creating countrywide base map of Sentinel-2 using EOfactory. And before that, so that we are on the same page, what is base map? What is the process of mosaicing? So I wanna also like give an emphasis that in satellite imagery or any kind of analysis using Earth observation data, it doesn't come directly into our like region. So if I'm from Singapore, it doesn't automatically shapes in Singapore, but it comes in scenes like strips and it's very big, right? And then in doing that, to achieve the country shape wise, we will have to do some processing, and that processing is called mosaicing. But the idea of mosaicing itself is that you have a lot to consider. The first is, selecting the scenes itself, which images that you want to use, is there available in your country, and then you have to download. And in there, you have to have like additional storage to store your downloads, and then you have to stitch the scenes, the images itself, and then to achieve that shape of your country or region, you will have to do some clipping process, and then you will also have to do some like color enhancement process, because sometimes there are issues in the sensors which can affect the visual of the scenes itself. So maybe some area are dark and then some area are too bright, and then you will have to consider that. And then after that, after everything is done, and you will have to consider also where do you want to put this, how do we all consume this result, this base map, how we can benefit from this process. And this is where EOfactory comes in. We want to help you do all that process in one web browser, in one monitor. And then using EOfactory also, we want to help you be able to share the result, the base map, so that you and your colleagues can consume that in our platform easily and quickly. So moving forwards, I want to give you some idea and maybe visualizations of why I mentioned all that process. So here in the slide, I have a collection of satellite imageries, and you can see highlighted in the purple boxes, you can see that there are some hard edges, like there is no matching between the color between, and you can see that these are like multiple scenes just all over an area. And the one that we really want to achieve is a mosaic, or uh, a base map that has no edges at all, and you can see the seamless colors. And when you take a look at it, you can see that, oh, this is just one image, but it's not actually. And that's why color balancing is a important process in during the base map creation. And then I want to give you some idea of image clipping. This is in the left. You can see that I have some a base map, but it doesn't like take the shape of the island itself. Like you can still see some seas, some things that we don't want to maybe not actually useful for us. But then in the right side of the screen, you can see that it actually follows the boundaries of the island. And then this could be your country, this could be your region, your city. So clipping itself is something that you want to also consider when doing a base map or creating a base map. And the last is about color enhancement. So you can see how on the left, it is the original some images that is really dark. You can't almost see anything in the left side, but using the some enhancement, we're able to take that color into something that is pleasing to our eyes, and that it's now useful because we can see some information and not just some dark image. So there's a lot of things that you should consider when doing a mosaicing process or creating a base map. And then maybe the other question that you should be asking is, how long is that gonna take? Or how much resources should I spend in doing that? And we actually took some calculations in that. So within 3 days, we have created a countrywide base map of Germany, Poland, and Philippines. And the area of those three countries sums up to almost 1 million square kilometer, with almost over 360 scenes used. We are using Sentinel-2 base map, and the volume in gigabyte, it sums up to 148 gigabytes. So this is something that we can achieve in 3 days. And we want to also highlight again that we are partnering with CloudFerro as our cloud technology provider, and we are using CREODIAS to achieve all of this. So that is the answer to how many times or resources we spend in doing that base map creations for three countries. And it's available now using our and combined technology. So, and then after that, what can you do after we have the result, after you have the base maps? What else can we do? And this comes down to three kind of paths maybe. So it is absolutely possible to consume the base map as it is. So if you want to have some background or just use that base map as the latest information, the latest source of information for your organization, it's possible to stream. Maybe you can use the platform to just see it for yourself, or if you are already you have another platform or even existing system in your server, and you want to stream that, you want to use the base map built in your factory to your system, it's definitely possible using our API technology. And then another thing that you can do is using our super enhancer tool is to get a better visualization of the base map. Because see, Sentinel-2 is 10-meter resolution, right? And the our super enhancer tool, it takes that resolution 10-meter, and we can improve that resolution up to 4 times. So you can have a Sentinel to base map that with 2.5 2.5 meter and get a better understanding of what's on the ground, because sometimes the information is not available because of the resolution. But I will show you later in a bit. Using this, it's totally possible to see some structures and get more insights of what's happening on the ground using Sentinel-2. Or you can also use the base map as a data input and do perform machine learning analysis, AI based analytics on it. So as you have the updated base map, so the analytics, the result of the analytics itself is also updated because it's coming from a very recent source. So you can do AI based analysis using that base map as a data input. And the question maybe is, how can the machine learning itself be harnessed? So what does the machine learning do in this application? So what we can do is first do some object identification. This is to identify and extract features on the ground, what is seen on the imagery, such as buildings, vehicles, trees, roads, farms, and anything else that is visible on the scene. And another thing is that we can also do classification. So classification is the process of making a raster or and classify objects with the same feature or group into different sections. And this could be like land cover, this could be a crop classification, and etc. And then another thing is change detection. This is where you take two pictures of the same area but in different times, and then you can detect the changes that is happening between those two periods. So this could be the changes in maybe building structures. This could be changes in your farm area or your forest area, or a vegetation inside your city, things like that. As long as there are two period of time of the same place, we can do change detection using the base map. So I'm not gonna waste any time. So let's dive into the demonstration itself. I'm gonna share my screen, and this is where I wanna I think make notes that it may be my voice could delay with the presentation. So I'm going to go a bit slow on this so that we all doesn't get confused. So I'm gonna screen share my screen. Just a minute. I'm going to take you to our platform, EOfactory. Okay, so this is what it looks like as soon as you enter the platform. It is EOfactory running on CREODIAS. And this is what you are going to see in the first at the first. So your factory itself works on folders or workspace, like folders, so that you can classify projects and enter different data based on these folders, and you can share, you can bring your colleagues into this folders or workspace so that you can collaborate together, and that enables communication easily, especially when talking about satellite data and any kind of maps. So as you can see now, so just to show you maybe how it works, I can share. Okay, I can create a workspace called maybe Cloud Tech, just some example workspace, and this is something that I can use for myself, or you can also share this with uh, your team who has also your factory account in the platform. So you can totally invite your team to work on this workspace and then make effective communication. But I'm going to use this workspace, which I have prepared for this demonstration. And this is what it's going to look like after you enter the workspace. This is the map view, and in this left side you have some menus that is very self-explanatory. I'm going to go to the imagery to show you we are how we are organizing images in this workspace. And I already have some added into this workspace. And how do you add a new image? So you will have to add your image first into this workspace. Otherwise, you have nothing to work with. And in doing that, we have a lot of methods of acquiring images to EOfactory. If you already have your own images stored in the computer, you can directly upload your image into EOfactory. We support GeoTIFF and JPEG to 2000. And but the thing about EOfactory is that it is also integrated to a lot of open image sources. So I'm at this window where it shows me a uh, add image, and if I select a basemap source, you will see that we have a combination, a list of open image sources that lets you connect and download directly from our platform. So because we're talking about Sentinel-2, I'm going to show you the Sentinel-2. And after that, I will need to create some AOI or area of interest. And this could be done by this. You can draw a polygon, a rectangle, anything in this map, or you can upload. If you already have the files, the shapes, you can directly upload into this. Or if you have previously saved AOIs, you can also use that. So for example, I'm going to choose like Berlin randomly, and now it takes me to the zoom in version of Berlin, and here I can change adjust the date in which I wanna search the image for. So I'm gonna you can also adjust the percentage of cloud, the level of like processing. This is very common in Sentinel, and then search for it. So it's gonna take some time to search for the availability of this area. But now you can see that it is showing me the preview of what I can download from this. So maybe I can choose from this range of um, image which one I want to use, and if this is okay. So yeah, and then after that, I will have two options, whether I want to download all the scenes, which means I will get all of this as with one download process, or I want to clip based on this boundary, and I can do that. So as soon as I click on the clip, I can name it maybe Berlin, and then it asks me what resolution do you want to ask do you want for this download. So I'm going to stick with 10 meter, and this is the band that I will be getting with the download. And if you're worried about the metadata of the image itself, it there's this lets you to download the IDs of the image so that you can reference for yourself later. So I can download this, and it will ask me for some token, which is the currency of your factory. So yeah, so now it is downloading. So that's how you download and do mosaicing in your factory. But this is for cities. How do we get a very like wide countrywide base map in your factory? For that, we have built for you. We have added some base map here, and this is downloading, by the way. I'm going to close this window so that we focus on this part. Okay. So here I have some collections of base map done using EOfactory, and you can see how it is like very large volume. What I can do is I will open up this Germany base map, and it will give me the some options to open up. I have the original image, I have the false color, the automatic color, which gives me an enhanced version of the base map, which I'm going to open up to show to you. So this is for Germany, and as you can see, this is it's going to take some time to load. I think it's my internet connection, but yeah. So this is like 300,000 square kilometer. I'm going to open up another base map, which is I can open up Poland. Oops, just some. Yeah. Yeah, so you can see it works in tiles. And another that I can open is I can open up for you is Philippines. Oh no, okay, wrong. I'm going to open up another one. This one. Yep. So there you go. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to Europe. I will go to Philippines later. Yeah, so we have our mosaics here, and it is completely clipped to the shape of the countries. And what I can do, I wanna pull up some cities so that we can have a better inspection of this base map. So I have previously created an AOI for the Berlin city, and it's going to take me there. So let me zoom in for a bit, and okay, so let it load, because this will your internet connection will affect how it loads, and mine, I think it's not that good. So it will take some time for it to load, but as you can see now, it is loading, and it is giving me an overview of Berlin. And I can take you to another country. Maybe we can open up for Warsaw. Yep. I think we are catching some snow in here, because this was taken for December. I think fourth quarter. Yeah. So you'll see that we are catching some what is it, snow. So it looks pretty white over here, and I can take you to over all over the world, crossing to Manila. And yeah, the challenge with Southeast Asian countries is that we have a very high cloud cover, so it might not all, but I can take you to another country which has no another city, sorry, another city in Philippines that has no cloud cover, that it has very little cloud cover. So I can zoom in a little bit in this part of the city. It's in Tarlac. Our friends in Philippines might know this area. So yeah, I'm going to zoom in a bit and let the colors show up as I zoom in. Yeah, so there you go. So this is a pretty nice view of the Tarlac city in Philippines. You see, and yeah. So once, as I've said before in the presentation, this is something that you can directly stream into your own platform, or you want to use this in EOfactory, or any other third party is possible using our API technology. Or what I want to show you next is how we leverage the super enhancer technology. So you can see that this is a Sentinel-2 image which has 10-meter resolution. So there it might the information, the richness of information might stop at a certain zoom level, but then we have this tool that lets you take this image and then improve the resolution up to 4 times. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to go back to the imagery tab, and in here I have the SSR times 2, which means it will take the resolution and multiply it by 2 times. So we will get like 5 meter. So if I open this up, and we can go back to Tarlac again, just let me do some organizing here so that it will make me easier to show it to you. Let's go back to Tarlac and zoom it again. So yeah, this is what we have, and I'm going to show to you the super enhanced version of this space map. Okay, so it's going to take some time to load. Yep, so there you go. So now that we have the enhanced version of this base map, which is, by the way, is being applied and implemented on the fly, which means it doesn't take any more storage than we already have. So it is coming directly from the cloud, and yeah, it doesn't take additional storage to present this to you to be able to open this up. So I'm because we have this enhanced version, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that we have some comparison with the yeah, let's stop at here with the original one. So I can do some comparison here. I can make on the left right is the original Sentinel image, and on the right side is the enhanced version. So you can see that it's this is what you get at the 14 zoom level, and using the super enhanced version, you can see that some more information are being extracted, and you can see the borders, the lines, the roads more clearly. So it gives you some more better visualization of what's happening on the ground. So this is just to give you some comparison of this tool. And yeah, so let's maybe do some comparison again. So here you go. So this is the original one, and this is the enhanced version. And again, this is done on the fly. So the next, I'm going to open up again, and I'm going to show to you what does that what is the difference. How can Is this something that you can only consume for visual purpose only, or you can actually do something with it? So this is something interesting that we are working on. I'm going to switch to another workspace, another tab that shows you this is a Sentinel image. I'm at the 14 zoom level, And this is the information. This is the overview of what I'm getting in this Sentinel-2 data. And what I can do is, as soon as I apply the enhancer to this image, I can start seeing some structure in this image, and this is taking the 10-meter resolution up to 1.25 meter. So this is 8 times, and this is something that we are still building and improving. But the idea is that once you have this result, you can start extracting some features such as farm boundaries. So farm boundaries is something that you absolutely cannot see using this original image, but as soon as we take that into the enhancer and produce some high resolution image, you can start seeing the boundaries shaping itself, and we can do extractions based on that, which you cannot do in what is it, in the original image. Now, so this is called object detection or object extraction. It's the same thing. And another thing that you can do, I'm going to go back to the previous tab, and I wanna go to Berlin. Let's go to Berlin. Let's go back to Berlin. And what I can do is to remember that when I mention object detection, I also mentioned classification. I can do some on the fly classification on here, which means it's like streaming again. It's streaming directly from the cloud, and I can here I'm opening up a window called classify, and here is where I can select an image here and the model itself. So I'm going to choose this 2021 LOLC, which gives me this class: vacant land, green cover, water, and building. And I will change the result name to Berlin 2021 LC and review. So you can see that there is like almost zero processing in this, because the processing is completely done in the cloud, and you get the result as soon as I click preview. So this is the level of accuracy that we can achieve using our land cover classification model. I'm going to again compare the result to the base map. Just, yeah, I think this is yeah, wait, it's loading, sorry about that. Okay, it's loading now. I can make some comparison between the base map and the classification. So I'm going to take you to this. So yeah, so this is something that we can achieve with just a click of the preview. Yeah. And if you want the result, if you want to save this, we also can do that. So uh, on the fly classification is especially useful if you just want to stream. But if you also want to receive the result and use it for further analysis or for reporting, we can also do that. So this just gives you an idea that classification doesn't have to take a long time to process. You can absolutely do it on the fly, and coming from something that is like a base map. And you can also see I have already previously explained to you how the enhanced version can also produce a result, and not just something that you see, but it helps you to do extractions, such as in this case farm boundaries. In the future, we are also looking forward to doing more things using this technology, because yeah, it's something that we are very interested in building of. So yeah, so this is just something that I hope these demonstrations give you some idea and it inspires you. And this is just an example. Absolutely, you can do more classifications, more type of classifying, crop classification. This is just what we have built for this demonstration, and it's cool to have this kind of explaining to you guys. And yeah, I will stop here, and I will let Ursula take the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalisa, and thanks everyone. In order to save some bandwidth from my perspective, I just want to show my face to know me, and I'm switching off the camera to get it as most as possible stable for the communication. So sorry for that. Seeing this presentation from Marcin Białecki from CloudFerro and from Galisa for SkyMap Global on EOfactory, actually, we are really proud at Robeto to be partner of these both companies and that we have initiated this cooperation. And we are very thankful that both of you, CloudFerro and SkyMap Global, have made it real and implemented it. The question is now, why did we initiate this? It's because we are convinced that by bringing this cutting edge technology together, there is a real benefit for users, and for the users in Europe, for the users in Asia, and actually worldwide. And this is something what drives us at Robeto to bring those things together. And we hope that you, at the very end of this, also share this opinion about this very specific partnership. But before I get into detail, let me allow you to give you one quick view what Robeto is doing. So what we want to do and what drives us is to be a service provider to the whole EO cloud ecosystem. And what do we understand as the ecosystem? It's, first of all, very important, the cloud operator. So who offers the important bandwidth to data, the cloud computing, all the software behind to manage the data, to manage the analytics, and give you access to the power of computing and storage. The second stakeholder group is all those who provide data to the system, as we saw before from Marcin. Is it open data from the big programs like Copernicus or Landsat or the missions, or being commercial data? And it's not only EO data, it's also all types of geodata, as we learned. And on the other side, we have the analytics provider and service provider who take this data and generate, using the data, the incoming data and the cloud, new results, value adding and information. And either they are producing this part on the cloud and share directly the results, or they offer their analytics, their processes for further use, as actually SkyMap Global does both. And very important as well, the EO cloud users. So you all who hopefully hear and find these things interesting. What do we, and of course, together with our partners, Robeto is not alone, we have strong partners in our network. So we provide, first of all, a business development for EO cloud operators. So driving them, where should potentially the portfolio which they are offering in terms of data and cloud service and software services should evolve to accommodate better and better what the users need and create an attractiveness for their cloud as much as possible, and by being more complex, still being user-friendly and even increase user-friendliness. And one important part within this is at the very end also creating a community and an outreach to show what great things can be done with the cloud. Having initiated this webinar, it's one part of this actually activity and where we are very happy to and excited to share with you. The other part of our offering, and where you may also benefit, is if there is someone who has an analytics, who has data to help, how can such service be perhaps shaped to a scalable solution, what technical concepts could be used that could benefit from the cloud, which is already there, so that not everything has to be done twice, but that we can build on things which are already there. For example, the heavy data repository and easy access through APIs on CREODIAS, or how we can share results with the components of EOfactory. We also try to help to put this all into business models, because at the end of the day, we have to live what we do. And this comes together to consider, are there any licensing, any frameworks, especially if we talk about international cooperation. These are sometimes topics we have to consider and work together. And we love to do support to our EO Cloud users, and to do the trainings and to help in either individually or on webinars and other courses. So this is what we do, for example, for some German clouds, also together specifically for CloudFerro, our important partner here, but what we also do with this case for CREODIAS. And with what you have just seen, this is one of our, I think, very successful EO Cloud partnership. If it really becomes successful, that's of course you as users to make really benefit out of it. So to have an EO Cloud coming from CREODIAS, using the EOfactory AI from SkyMap Global, from APAC. And so our role was to bring this together, and we will further work on it and to move it forward. What you see on the left, the right side of this my view, is actually a screenshot of an iframe you can easily embed into your web page, and that's also what we did at UrbXF. And what you see here is streaming the basemaps coming from EOfactory in our website, and that's the same thing what you can do on your size, which can be standard, which can be also customized. So because at the very end, it's not just about processing the data and doing all the hard job, but also to present it nicely and easy to digest for your users. This brings me also to the end. So there was an international cooperation. We like to work with it. It was fun, but it's also work. But now it's about you to enjoy it. And how can you do that? One thing is you can simply use results which are produced on the platform, which are produced by this cooperation, by this team, so that you can receive actually high quality mosaics or classifications for your regions. You tell us what you want, we can produce it. This can be one time, this can be repeated. You can use exactly this API of EOfactory to stream in those enhanced imagery and information into your system, and there is no additional storage and administration needs happening. And as you saw in the last one, you can also embed dashboards to highlight actually your data and your analytics and combine it together and show it to your customers without actually, in this case, touching anything about the cloud, anything about data, just take benefit of it. But maybe you like to do it yourself and have fun with it and enjoy this EOfactory solutions on CREODIAS. And for this, you have to subscribe, and it's easy to use, but if there are any questions, we are very, very happy to help and to guide you in the process. And also to get your feedback, what you like best and what you would like more. And there is also another advantage of this international corporations, because there are experts in your region. And so whatever you're asking from the Asia Pacific region, please directly contact SkyMap Global. If you're coming from EMEA, we are very happy at UrbXF to answer your questions, to talk to you, and to bring you forward. And of course, for all the global parts and all about the clouds, it's our partner CloudFerro. And with this, I'd like to hand back to Marcin. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ursula, and also thank you, Galiza. So now on, we will switch to the question and answer section. So yeah, during the webinar, I saw a few different questions. So I think first comes from Marcus, and this one I think will be for Galiza. What cloud and shadow masking technique are you using when making image mosaics?
Yep. Hi. Thank you for the question. That is a very interesting one. We do actually have a tool inside EOfactory that lets you combine more than one mosaics or image on one area, and it will automatically replaces and patches all the clouds in the area. What I can maybe I can show you some demonstrations. Martian, it's okay if I share my screen again, right?
Yeah, please go on.
Okay. Okay, so just for your knowledge, so this is I'm showing you a mosaic of Jakarta city in Indonesia. I have three images here that some of them have clouds and some of them not. And but the idea is that some clouds are maybe disturbing and you can't really see what's underneath the cloud. And here in our built-in toolkit, we have the cloud-free mosaic tool I was mentioning you about, and which I can take these three images, 2018, 2019, 2021, and select the base image. That would be the 2018, and give it some result, cloud-free, and I can submit it. And this is the result that you're going to see. So using those three images, you can see that it all cancel each other because one part of the area is covered by another mosaic, and then another part that is covered by the cloud is already covered by the other mosaic. So this is the technique that we are building and still in improving for cloud-free mosaic, so that we can always patches the clouds using other mosaics from different dates, different times, and if it doesn't have any cloud cover there, we can patch it onto the part that has cloud in it. So this is the tool that is available in EOfactory that you can use if you sign up to EOfactory. Yeah. So I hope that answers.
Thank you, Galiza. There's also one question, but probably this refers to some part of your live demo, and it's from Victor. Could we see 4 times? Probably this refers to some part of the zoom to the enhancer or mosaics.
Yeah, sure. I forgot that I didn't show that to you. Let me share my screen again, and I can open up this Germany 4 times. Okay, let's go to Berlin. Yep, I'm gonna zoom now. Wait, let's go over here. I'm at the 13 zoom level, which I'm gonna turn off the 4 times for a moment so that we can see the comparison between the original image and the 4x. So let's stop right here and see the 4x version. Okay, yeah, so there you go. This is 4x. It's slowly loading now. But yeah, I hope. Yeah, so here you go. This is the 4x version, and this is the original version. I can probably zoom in a little more, maybe stop at 14.5, maybe. Yeah, and it still holds. So this is the 4x version of the original one. I'm gonna compare it a little bit. Yeah, so here you go. Yeah, hope that gives you some idea.
Thank you. This is very impressive. Another question from Navid. For today meeting, is there will be any survey? Right away after Q&A session, we will launch the survey. So please stay a little bit longer. Another question from Barbara. Is there any data on the accuracy of the classification?
Yeah, thank you. So we actually try to use ESA, European Space Agencies. You know that they have a regular world cover. Yeah, I think the base map is called like world cover. So we take our own result and then compare that to that result from ESA. And our initial result, initial means because we are using machine learning to build it, is that initial means it's the first result of the iteration of the machine learning model, meaning that we haven't improved it. It's just the first result of the machine learning, and it counts up to 86%, and that's not improved. We haven't done anything, any kind of fine tune to that model, and it already achieves around 86. So this means that if we give it more time to train the model, to feed the model, I think we can achieve more than 90, because the very first result, the very first iteration of the result already counts up to 86. Hope that helps.
Thank you. The last question from Garin. I missed the first few minutes of the demo. Can I please ask if we can use EOfactory AI and import our AI models to test them on Sentinel or other products?
Yeah, this is interesting. I think so, because there will have to be some matching of the type of the model, because I think we were using like TensorFlow, and I'm not the right person to answer this. But yeah, you can upload your own model. So if I go to this part, you can create a new model, and if you can fill these parameters, you will be able to upload that and then use that in your factory. But for some of these parameters, yeah, you will have to match this with our specification so that you can use it in EOfactory.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't see any other question. So probably we will switch to the survey right now. So, okay, I see one last question from Mohammed. A quick question. Could I use my GIS dashboard based on the cloud? I think that you need to elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still understanding.
Yeah, Mohammed, if you are referring to some, let's say, third-party software, which can be placed on the CloudFerro, the CREODIAS platform, yeah, this is possible, but I don't know if your question refers to that. We will wait a little bit to answer in the chat. Okay, unfortunately, I don't have any answer from Mohammed. So, Mohammed, if you will have any question, you can always reach to us directly. So, in the end, we will show our emails. Okay, thank you very much for coming to the webinar in such large numbers. Recording of the webinar will be sent via email. If you will have any questions about the CREODIAS platform, the CloudFerro Cloud, any questions to the Ursula about the Urbeto, and of course about the EOfactory platform by this SkyMap Global, use those emails and please contact us. Also, visit us on our YouTube channel and watch our previous webinars about our services, about the CloudFerro services. And once again, thank you. And I hope that we will meet again on our next webinars. Thank you. Bye-bye.